What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the world's greatest comic book channel with the world's greatest comic book shows for the world's greatest comic book people trying to win the world's greatest monthly giveaway. Tonight, Fill in the Blanks, episode number 9. It's C-Bizzle, it's Green Shirt Guy, and we're doing Yo Joe. Let's go.
It's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Fill in the Blanks, episode number 9. One away from the 10. We got C-Bizzle, we got Green Shirt Guy here. How you guys doing today?
I don't know.
Doing pretty well. Can't complain.
Thanks for playing.
I'm sorry, no, I can't complain.
Oh, okay. Somebody said thanks for playing. And you're like, what?
Yeah, we out. We're in the outro.
Well, we're finishing out the Energon Universe trilogy tonight. We're finishing out with G.I. Joe. It's my personal favorite. That's my favorite comic book and toy and all of that of all time. So I feel honored to host this episode. As you can see, we have up top the two windows. We got C-Bizzle on the left and Green Shirt Guy on the right. Then we have them at the bottom under their respective drawings. And this show is all about them going back and forth, all right? So pick a hashtag. They have picked their hashtags, and the first one is going to be Zatan. Let me put it up there.
I had that figure.
I did.
Zatan. Hashtag Zartan. So put that into the comments section, and we'll spin in a little bit for that duck, which is for our monthly giveaway. It is at the bottom, also scrolling.
Did you have his sister too?
Zarana?
No.
I had her too.
Oh, blimey, Zarana!
Which is wild because my father let me buy G.I. Joe figures, whatever, right? But he didn't like it if I bought the villains. So sometimes I would have to
Really?
sneak one by him.
How would he know?
Well, because it said Cobra on the thing, if you remember.
Yeah,
So every once in a while, I'm like, no, he's a good guy, because he didn't know too well. You know, every once in a while, I could sneak into it.
Gotcha.
Shout out to Brian Figueroa being the first one in the chat. What up, B? Good to see you. All right, so what tools are you guys working with tonight? Oh, wait, we got to switch you to there.
I am erasing right now.
I'm using the similar tools I've always used. So the draft pins, not this one. This one is, I used a Sanford 9 millimeter. It was just a thicker lead. And then these both, one is Graph Gear, another one is Alvin. I use these. I use a lot of drafting pins. I just like the way it feels in my hand when I draw, and they just work great for me. And I have lead in all of them. I also have a one that's blue, but I'm not going to use the blue one this time around. But yeah, I really like these draft pins a lot, and I'm got same tools I use all the time with draft pins and with this this drawing board as well.
All right, what about you, Green Shirt Guy?
So I light boxed ahead of time like I normally do. In fact, if you were watching our show last night, I was light boxing for half of the show. I blue Statler blue pencil. It's like a drafting pencil, but it doesn't repro it if you ever try to photocopy stuff. And then I have blue lead in my mechanical pencil as well. When I go to ink it, My usual Copic 0.3 liner. If I go darker, I may use some filler at some point. I haven't decided if I'm going to color this. I'm thinking I might at some point, but if I do that, I got marker somewhere.
Now the blue pencil, that's just because it's a lighter pencil. Is that why you do that?
Well, it's lighter, but if you, for argument's sake, I put this on the copy machine, if the blue wouldn't show up.
Hmm. Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Very, very interesting.
it helps you. It helps you get your artwork down pat, and then once you get what your artwork wants to look like, you go over with black ink black pencil or ink, and that way you just keep what you want and photocopy the rest out.
Okay.
Yep.
Did not know that. All right. We'll give you some facts on the Joes. All right. Some facts on the Joes. G.I. Joe was originally launched by Hasbro in 1964 as a 12-inch military-themed action figure. However, the Real American Hero line, which became the most iconic version of the brand, debuted in 1982. This was a reboot of the franchise, turning it into a smaller 3.75-inch figure line, more like the popular Star Wars figures of the time.
More articulation than Star Wars figures, though.
Yes, more articulation too, because you couldn't bend the arms on the Star Wars figures, but these you could bend, so that was pretty cool. The key players in all this was Hasbro. They're the toy manufacturer that owned and developed the line. Marvel Comics, which partnered with Hasbro to create a comic book series, and it gave depth and storylines to the characters. And Larry Hama, a writer, former soldier, who was key in crafting the backstories and personalities of the Joes. He wrote most of the Marvel comic run and created the file cards on the packaging,
which were awesome.
Awesome, and I got pictures of the file cards of all the lines. We'll check that out a little bit. The toy line. Actually, I'll put that up there on the screen. I'm gonna share it because I found all the cards from year to year.
Who's the baseball guy? I didn't have that.
Baseball guy. That was one of my favorite ones. Which one are you talking about?
The one that had the huge Gatling and the huge scroll.
That was Hardball.
I don't remember.
Hardball.
That was Hardball. Yeah.
I remember him.
If you look at 1982, like they only had like Cobra Vipers. They had the Cobra Officer and that, and it's your basic Joe team. Of course, Snake Eyes and Scarlet and Stalker
Ranger
were standouts.
I never, always wanted, but never had Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes was dope, and they didn't have their names there. Look how they called them. They called them Mortar Soldier, Commando, Ranger. Then you go to 1983, and they still don't have their names in there, except for Cobra. It says Cobra Commander. I guess that was his title and his name, Cobra Commander.
Correct.
Right.
It was still generic.
Yeah, and they had like a mail away that you can get his hood.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you can get his hooded figure through a mail away. Destro came out there, Doc, Gun Ho,
Major Blood,
Snow Job. Who was the SEAL guy? I forgot who the SEAL guy was. Then we went to 1984. The Baroness. They still didn't have their names there. By 1984, they still didn't have their names there.
Which is wild to me.
Yeah. I think they had the names on the back of the cards, but not
They
on the
had
front.
Dog Handler as his name.
Huh?
Dog Handler.
Where did
Oh, yeah, go back.
Mutt? Yeah. That's Mutt and Junkyard.
Yeah.
So you had the Baroness, you had Barbecue.
For Spirit, they got
Duke.
Tracker.
Yeah. Duke.
Firefly?
Firefly was dope.
Firefly was, Well, and they changed his costume later, remember?
Yeah. And then Recondo. This was Ripcord.
That's right.
Gun Ho, not Gun Ho, Roblox original.
He's my favorite.
That's pretty
Absolute
dope.
favorite. My favorite. One of the reasons he's my favorite.
Spirit.
If you read his file card, it says that he carries some. I can't remember what the name of the gun is. He goes, and it says any man who's big enough to carry a gun this big doesn't need to carry a gun.
Storm Shadow also came in that year, which is dope.
I'd say so.
85, they still didn't have. Wait, when did they start having the names? Oh, 86 they started having the names. 85, you see they're expanding. Let me see, Airtight, Alpine. This was Barbecue. The other guy was, or is this Blowtorch? One of those.
I think the
Bazooka.
other one's Blowtorch because he has the
Yeah. Bazooka.
yeah.
This is
Dreadnoughts.
Ripper, the Dreadnought. Crimson Guard. Dusty. Dusty is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The Eel, I think, Cobra Eel. Flint.
Yeah.
Footloose. Remember Footloose?
I remember Footloose.
I liked Footloose.
Flint
He
is
was one of
called
my
the
favorites.
warrant officer.
Yeah. Lady J.
Yeah.
Jake.
Quick Kick.
Not Jake. Quick Kick.
Quick Kick.
Quick Kick. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great.
He was in the show. Rarely he was in the show.
This was Ripper, I think. This guy right here is Ripper. The other guy was Buzzsaw.
Shipwreck.
Shipwreck. The Boricua.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the Puerto Rican one.
Yeah. And Snake Eyes with his second uniform,
Yep.
Mhm.
which is dope. Snow Serpent. Communication Viper. The Crimson Guard also came out in 2-pack.
I had those, but I remember them being sold separately.
No, I remember them being sold together.
Maybe
Yeah.
they were.
I
I had them.
I want to say I had them as well, and I also thought they were sold separately.
And Zaymot had the scar, right? Not Tomax?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got 1986. Now we get some names. The Bats. Beachhead. Dial Tone.
Ooh, I love the bats. I just
The
love
Bats
the
were
design.
great. Dr. Mindbender.
The one that's holding the gun for you there, C-Bizzle. Got a triple hot and bothered yesterday.
General Hawk.
What'd you say he was holding it? Spicy? What was it? I forgot.
I can't remember. I'm old.
During this year, you could send away for a Sergeant Slaughter figure.
I had that one.
Oh,
I had all the
side
ones you
note.
could send away for.
This July, we're having there's a con called Retro Expo, and Sergeant Slaughter is going to be there.
Oh, is that right?
Really?
Yes,
I should draw one and send it to you.
Eddie's disease.
you should.
87
You
was
tell
a
me
good
how much
year.
I owe you. Maybe I'll draw them and I'll get it sent.
87
I
was a
got
cool
you.
year. They had Big Boa, Chuckles, the Cobra Commander, Battle
What a
Armor.
name.
Chuckles. Was Chuckles the traitor?
Yeah, in one of the comics, yeah. He was
Yeah.
a traitor. Crazy Legs, Crocmaster, Crystal Ball. Falcon was my boy.
Yeah.
Falcon was one of my favorites.
I had Crystal Ball. I remember.
They put Gun Ho in his Marine outfit, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
Gung Ho.
Oh man, this was the year, wasn't it? Law and Order, Outback.
What year was that?
This is 87.
Oh man. Yep. I think that's when I started getting them as a kid. I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
87, I would have been.
That's like
Well, no, I'd have been 10.
that's like peak year because that's
Yeah.
when the movie came out.
Raptor. I don't remember him.
Raptor was cool. Sneak Peek.
Oh yeah.
The
I
Techno
had
Viper was dope. Techno Viper was
he looks dope. I never had Techno Viper though.
And Tunnel Rat, who was created off of like looking like Larry Hama.
Ah.
So Tunnel Rat was one of my favorites too.
You know what you don't see in here because he's the worst character in all of G.I. Joe?
Oh.
Serpentor.
Where is Serpentor?
I don't
Wait.
think I don't think they ever made him.
No, yeah, he did. I had Serpentor.
Did
Yeah, I
you?
had
He came with his glider.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Did they not put him in here?
I had a
Oh.
friend of mine, because I collect them. I had a friend of mine. You know how like you do, you do the friend from school. You go to the birthday party, But we all knew that he collected GI Joe stuff, and he had this nice finished basement where his parents basically allowed him to use it as his GI Joe base, and he had so much GI Joe stuff. Like it was almost like a battlefield schematic. He had the flag. I think he had the space shuttle too, but he had like multiple guys. He had it set up like it was a battle scene. Right? So it was the year that the Snowcat came out. Remember the Snowcat?
Mm-hmm.
He got 5 at his birthday party.
Dang.
5.
We all got it for him. And he's like, no, I'm not taking them back. I want them because he had them set up, and he had all the Cobra guys on. It was awesome.
Nice. Battle Force 2000 was them trying to push the edge.
Can we go back and discuss why Richard God thinks Serpentor is the worst one?
This High
He's
Command!
stupid. It's completely useless.
I thought he was an awesome character.
I love Serpentor. 88 was a dope year too, man.
Yeah.
88, the Astro Viper, Blizzard, Budo. Budo was dope.
Hardball.
Hardball was dope. He had that dope gun. Hit and run.
This is about where I stopped collecting them. Like I was still collecting them, but not nearly as much.
Oh,
This
wow.
is when and they had the new Storm Shadow, and they had
Yep,
the
I had that
reveal
Storm
of
Shadow.
his tattoo on his
I had
arm.
Road Pig as well.
Oh, Road Pig was dope.
Yeah. With that little crossbow he had.
Yeah, this was also the year that they put out the gold head Destro.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. The new bazooka. Then they put out Tiger Force. You guys remember Tiger Force?
No,
I remember
that I
Tiger
don't. That's what I'm
Force.
saying.
That was like
this is a
those were like the toys that you could get at Toys R Us.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? To Tiger Force, the Night Force.
I had Tiger Force Roadblock.
Look,
yeah.
Night
See,
Force
some
is
of these
there.
ones at the bottom, I don't recognize these at all.
These are
And
nice.
the packaging, I don't remember. I know I didn't get them because the packaging changed.
They
And I
were
had the whole
just
packaging.
like they were just the same mold of their character repainted to fit.
which is
Yeah,
why why just leave it alone.
yeah.
Did you ever
Had
take
to upgrade.
them apart and switch like the head on the other ones?
when they broke, I did. I wouldn't do it like break them purposely. 89, the Alley Viper, bro.
Yeah.
The Alley Viper is legit.
Yeah.
He was legit.
I agree.
That Naugahyde character looks dope. I don't remember.
Naugahyde was dope too. His mold was pretty cool.
That
Snake Eyes.
Downtown?
This was my favorite Snake Eyes right here.
Mm.
That was my favorite.
I did not have that Snake Eyes.
That was my
I
favorite
never
one
had
right
Snake
there.
Eyes once. I really never did.
Just those
Always
blades
wanted
on
him.
his chest. That was so dope.
Because Snake Eyes was one of those characters who was like one per box, and if you weren't there when they put out the new ones, it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Python Patrol.
I remember Python Patrol. I never got any of them. Oh wait, nope, I'm a liar. I had a
Yeah.
Python Trooper.
Yeah, the Python Trooper was dope. This was my favorite Stalker figure with his canoe and all that. Then you had Slaughter's Marauders.
Mm-hmm. I remember
Just-
those.
You know what I mean? That was cool.
Oh, we're skipping another mail away figure. Did you have Fridge?
Oh, they didn't have them up here. Yeah, the Fridge was dope
I had
too.
that one.
Yeah. Did you have to mail something in to get him, or you
Did.
just
I
get
remember
a
Yeah.
prize?
back in the day where like you mailed
Yeah.
it, and in 6 to 8 weeks, and then 6 to 8 weeks was an eternity back then because you're like you'd almost forget
was.
that you sent away for it, and then it would show up. In
Yeah.
90 was when it started seeing its decline.
That's when I stopped. Was 90.
Night Creeper was cool. The Range Vipers looked mad cool.
But Fridge was awesome because he looked like who's the other guy that has the jersey? You passed him, I think, in the last one because he had his number, and it was like a red, white, and blue football jersey, and then he had like camo pants, and his weapon was a mason chain, but instead of a spike ball at the end, it was a football.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a dope.
Sky Patrol. Wow, I remember Sky Patrol.
I had none of these after
That's
90.
crazy.
None.
91.
Oh, the upgraded bat.
New Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
Right
91.
there.
I was in high school by then.
I did
Yeah.
I'm not collecting GI
like
Joes at
that.
that point.
I don't like that Cobra Commander.
New Snake Eyes.
Don't like that Snake Eyes at all.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Right here.
Bottom right there.
Oh, what? No.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't Snake Eye supposed to be like part ninja? Why would you wear blue where everybody can see you?
Yeah. Why are you carrying red
Well,
weapons?
They had Ninja Force. They had the Eco Warriors. Remember the Eco Warriors? Wow.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying.
I
It
do.
doesn't pass me.
The Sonic
Not at all.
Fighters. I remember the Sonic Fighters. Wow. Then we had 1992. Brand
I
new
think-
Destro.
I think the 90s where I stopped doing G.I. Joe and started going more into comic books.
Me too. The DEF. Jeez. The headhunters or the drug people.
Oh,
What is that?
what are those?
Yeah.
I have never heard of DEF.
Yeah. There's quite a few
They don't got
different
the
ones.
Snake Eyes, do they? Like in another Abomination.
Well, they do have a Ninja Force. There they are.
Who's
Ninja
Snake
Force.
No.
Okay, that Storm Shadow I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Storm Shadow's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Um,
That other Snake Eyes. Mm-mm.
Talking. What else we got here? This is another Snake Eyes.
Where?
Battle Corps. It's part of Ninja Force. I don't know if they made a figure for him.
Oh, okay.
Battle Corps. Oh God, so much Battle Corps.
Yeah.
Battle Corps. Oh, because look how many figures they had, like weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
They just gave them mad more weapons. Mega Marines. I don't even remember these.
Who's that first one? The
Huh?
Mega Monster.
Oh, yeah. What is that?
What is
What is
that?
Yes.
And the other ones come with Play-Doh? What the hell is that?
Yeah.
I never seen that.
I've never seen Mega Marines, Mega Monsters, Ninja Force. There's the Snake Eyes
They're fully stretching
Yeah.
to get whatever they can.
right there.
I don't like that blue.
Yeah, they were very colorful.
Colorful.
You know, 90s had the colors and stuff. There was a new
Yeah.
Zartan then too.
What?
Yeah, right there.
I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter because he can blend into whatever. Here's the thing. I love Zartan. Don't get me wrong. But like, I never understood how his clothes would change too.
Use your imagination.
I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, JSS Brooklyn. Giving us a super chat. Councils, please see my question for C-Bizzle and Green Shirt Guy. Your question is, Green Shirt Guy and C-Bizzle, who's your favorite character you ever drew artistically and why?
Ooh.
Oh, it's not one character, it's a group. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Back in the second grade, when I was in the second grade, we used to have competition. Oh wait, I need those. I've never heard of Street Fighter did anything with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find these.
No, don't
Yeah.
do
I want these in my collection.
that. No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. But yeah, in the second grade, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I always loved drawing those guys as a kid. I haven't drawn them of late, probably in the last 10 years. But I would love to get back into drawing them again.
Mm.
I love drawing the non-main characters. I think I can find it. So I did a whole series of sketch cards. Let's see if I can find it. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but from Toy Story, there was like a side little mini show that they did. What did they do?
Mm-hmm.
And there was Buzz got left behind at I think Burger Palace or Pizza Planet. So it's another one of those, kind of like in Wreck-It Ralph, where it's the sit down of all the bad guys. Well, it's the sit down of all the toys that got left behind. And these ones were like the discarded, nobody liked toys that came with the meals. So it must have been like a Burger Barn or whatever. So I did all of them. I don't know if you can see them in here or not, but DJ Blue Jay was fun to draw, and then Funky Monk. I always like Funky Monk. Lizard Wizard's fun too, but yeah.
Let me give JSS Brooklyn a little thank you there for the super chat.
I think somebody asked a couple weeks ago when we were doing other stuff if we were going to put our covers up for sale. I probably will at some point. But if you are interested in doing something interesting, I have a friend of mine who's a G.I. Joe fan. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm trying to make it closer.
Yeah, it's good.
So this is her husband. This is her. This is a friend of theirs. That I took G.I. Joe characters and then put their heads on it. So this will look phony when it's done, even though it's Destro. He has a beard. So yeah, if you're interested in doing that with something, you know, a character you want to be or something like that, just let contact me and we can talk.
Excellent.
Don't contact me. I'm not that good of an artist.
Shout out to Kenneth Bird is in the house. Joseph Michaels is in the house. Canadian Survivalist is here. Cali Comics is in the house. I only have the William Refrigerator Perry G.I. Joe.
Really?
Yeah.
Christina Payne.
I got
is in
it.
the house. Who else is here? Garfong is in the house. What up, Garfong? Paul Morales. That's a new one. Make sure you're subscribed, Paul. You got that hashtag in there. We'll spin for that in a little bit. Hoppy Castro's in the house. Thank you for being here. Brian LCS is in the house saying evening, gents. Thank you for being here. Brian LCS will be hosting the next one. I have to actually put that card up before the end of the show. All right. Who else we got in here? Of course, you said Brian Figueroa as well is here. Thank you, Brian. Clifford is watching. Hello there, Clifford. And B-Fig No Symbiote. Wait a minute. You got two channels, Brian. Well, unless you change your name. This is sup, Cliff. All right. Just a couple more tidbits, and then we'll get into the rest of the show. The comics published by Marvel Comics from 1982 to 1994. The original comic ran for 155 issues. Larry Hama's storytelling gave G.I. Joe a very rich universe full of espionage, action, and character development, and ninjas, I must add. Lots of ninjas. In 2001, Devil's Due Publishing revived the series. And that, when they revived it, that's now considered an alternate reality to the continuity. It's like if you go with a branch, that's a little branch off. Then IDW came back and continued from where the Marvel series left off at issue 155. So they started at 156. And now Skybound Image have continued after IDW after 300, and they're continuing that same run. The cartoon was done by Sunbow Productions, produced an animated series in 1983, followed by a full series in 85, known for his catchphrase, "Knowing is half the battle."
Yes.
Cobra, the terrorist organization led by Cobra Commander, served as the primary villains. And then a feature-length animated movie, G.I. Joe the Movie, was released in 1987. It was dope. It came out on tape, though. It didn't come out in theaters because
they traumatized kids with Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers came out before that, and they were like, no. Because they actually were going to kill Duke in their animated movie, but refrained from that. Refrained from that, so they redid it.
Well, but the best part about it is the way they fixed it is they did kill him, but then the way they fixed it is you never see him again for the rest of the movie. You just hear somebody in the background go, "Hey, I think Duke's gonna make it."
Yep, that's the only thing you heard.
And they did have a couple live action movies, 3 to be exact.
This one's not terrible.
Yeah, G.I. Joe,
I have not
Rise
watched
of
any of
Cobra, Then you had G.I. Joe Retaliation, and then you
That
had the
was
Snake
good.
Eyes movie. The second one was decent to me. First one was good too, but
Which one's the? Maybe I get them confused. Which one's the one where Cobra Commander's in that like vault, if you will, in the mountains?
that's the second one.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah,
I've never seen none of them.
they do the silent issue in that movie with Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
Right.
Yeah, they do a live action, and it was dope. That was dope. All right, here we go. It's our segment for this show. It's called
So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
So who's going first?
We gotta flip a coin. You gotta play the video too.
I just played the video.
Oh, I didn't see it. It didn't show up for me.
Yeah, he played the video.
Do you have a coin on you? I don't have a coin.
I do have a coin. Hold on.
You always have a coin.
I always have a change on my desk anyway. All right, heads or tails, C-Bizzle?
I'm going tails today.
All right, so it's a Sacagawea quarter or dollar. I'm trying to let it land. It's heads.
So Green Sugar, you going
I
first?
will let you go first.
Oh.
All right, we're going to do my 5 questions. Now, I just want to say this. These questions could be answered not only by Green Sugar Guy, but also answered by our host and people in the chat. If you want to chime in on these questions, you can answer them as well. So, this is my 5 questions. It's going a little off the subject, well, way off the subject. Is 5 questions, Nintendo edition.
Ooh.
And I figure that everybody here has played a Nintendo game once in their life. So, the first question: if you could live in any Nintendo world, which one would you choose and why?
I think I would choose The Legend of Zelda.
So you'd be in Hyrule.
Yes. I
can
would
see
choose
that.
Hyrule. Put me in some kind of like Lord of the Rings type
Yeah, I
world.
was thinking that.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be Mario Land because that's just nonsense. I don't want to be trying to, avoid stuff I don't need to avoid. Let me pick something fun and different. What about? I mean, yeah, I'd go high. I was trying to think of something different, but yeah, I was thinking Zelda before Sam answered.
Yeah, I would say Zelda as well because there's other worlds like Metroid.
Yeah.
Aliens.
I feel like Metroid would be a little like scary after a while though.
You think?
Maybe Kirby World.
Kirby.
Yeah, you have Kirby. You have Castlevania.
No, thank you.
You have.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah. Ninja Gaiden.
Let me live in the world of DuckTales.
In the world of what?
Kong?
Of DuckTales.
Oh, DuckTales.
True, that was a Nintendo game. I give you that.
DuckTales is one of the best games ever.
Ooh.
Now, which Nintendo character would you want as your real life sidekick? You got like Diddy Kong. You have Toadstool.
Diddy Kong. Wow, did we really call him that?
Yeah. That's before you know who.
Green Sugar, your other camera cut out. Just to let you know, your drawing one is still up, but your voice one is out. I would go with from Nintendo.
Yeah. You got the fairy and and Zelda.
You're back, Richard. Well, now your drawing thing left. You hear me, Green Sugar?
I don't know if you can hear you.
Yo, Green Sugar. We're gonna wave at him. See if he sees. Oh, I got one. My favorite sidekick, Mega Man.
Okay. Okay.
Can you hear us, Green Sugar?
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm having issues. So
We can hear you.
All right, yeah, your drawing one is not up. Just to let you know.
Yeah, that one I think is gonna crap the bed on me.
Oh.
We can hear you though.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, it's funny because I can see you drawing, but your visual cam, I'm just getting the circle. I don't know what's going on.
Might be an internet thing or something. What? It's his turn, right? I said Mega Man, right?
Yeah, you said Mega Man. So Green Sugar guy.
Yeah.
Which Nintendo character would you want as your real life sidekick? And Sam had Mega Man, which is a good choice.
That's not a bad choice.
Yeah.
A Toad.
Another good choice. Another good choice. This is gonna sound strange, but my sidekick I would like is that black dude from Punch Out. You know, Little Mac's manager.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that way, if I want to keep myself in shape, he's great. Look what he do for Little Mac.
Well, Little Max also started off as a boxer.
My third question: which was your first Nintendo console, and which game defined it for you?
Oh, I had the regular
Yeah, I had the NES.
This one, well, just the NES, I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which game defined it for you?
Metroid.
Yeah, DuckTales. DuckTales is still, to this day, I still think it's one of the best games ever.
Metroid was my ish.
What's that?
Metroid.
I played Metroid some. I can't remember if I finished it or not.
I had like long weekends of being in the basement with papers laid out all before me, with codes and everything.
I remember those days. That was back before you could. Remember back before you could save your progress? They gave you like a 30 digit code that you had to write down. So you could go back to where you were.
Yeah. Mine was Double Dribble.
Double Dribble. I remember Double Dribble.
What was Blades of Steel?
Blades of Steel. That was classic.
Blades of Steel was great. Another one was one of my favorites. I mean, I don't know if anybody really played it. Was Bayou Billy, The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
I love The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
What about River City Ransom?
Oh my goodness! Now I had my first Nintendo I had was the track and field one with the power pad.
I didn't have the. Did you have the pad?
Yeah, I had the pad. And yes, my sisters would cheat, and instead of using their feet, they used their hands.
Of course. I never had the pad. I had a couple friends that. Did you have the glove?
No, never had the glove.
Power glove.
Never had the.
Which was ridiculous and didn't really work.
Right. You about to bring him back? There's his. I don't know if this is gonna be him or his art. Want me to go ahead and ask my next question?
Yeah, go ahead. He's having some issues.
Okay. My question number 4: which Mario power up would you want in real life?
Fireball.
The fireball.
Fireball, of course.
I don't know what's going on, but my thing keeps kicking me off.
It's all right.
It's all good. We still we good. Which
One of the other games I had, and you see, because you're gonna roll your eyes, that was awesome, and I was very good at, was Jordan versus Bird.
Oh, I remember
Actually,
Jordan versus Bird.
Yeah, I actually played it and I always picked Bird.
Of course you did. Yeah, I got to the point where I could hit 29 to 30 of the 3-point contest.
I was around 27 out of 30.
And the dunk, the one that you could always get like a 50 on, was the one where you threw it up in the air and you 360 and then dunked it behind your head, which is ridiculous because nobody could do that.
So, Green Street Guy, which Mario power up would you want in real life?
I don't necessarily need to be bigger. I don't need to turn into a squirrel. The fire one would be fun.
Yes, Fireball is greatest of all the powers.
Now, me myself, I would take the leaf that makes me fly. That's the one I would want.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Have the ability to fly. All I can do is run real fast. All of a sudden, I start flying. Sign me up, coach.
You
Put
want to be able to
me in, coach. I'm ready to play today.
Now-
be able to walk up to like a random door that doesn't exist and then run behind everything.
Right? Now, this is not the NES. This is NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, Wii, Switch, Game Boy, whichever. This is just Nintendo games.
Mhm.
What is one underrated Nintendo game that more people should play?
Oh, jeez.
And it's going across all consoles of the Nintendo.
One Nintendo game you should play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what it's called. When I used to live with a couple of roommates, I didn't pay for it, but we had a GameCube. And I'm trying to remember. It was a GameCube game that was amazing, but like nobody played it. And like, so because the three of us actually worked for a video store at different at locations.
Yeah.
We'd rent this game all the time. I'm trying to think what it was. And nobody ever complained that it wasn't there because nobody knew about it, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
One of the games that I remember growing up that I played for the Super Nintendo is WWF Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a cool game.
Yes.
WrestleMania. Remember the old WrestleMania one?
For
Yeah.
the NES, I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, there's a house. I don't know if it's still up or not in Detroit. I left my WrestleMania NES game in the heater, the vent.
Really?
Yeah, I remember to this day.
Was WrestleMania the one that had like Bam Bam Bigelow?
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mhm.
okay. It had
Yeah.
the old school guys. Yeah, I played.
Mm-hmm. You got an old
Andre the Giant.
underrated game, Sam?
Underrated game that I used to. I don't know if it was underrated, but Ninja Gaiden was a big game for me.
Ninja Gaiden was a headache.
It was a headache at
It
times,
was a pure headache.
but I loved that game.
Yeah, I
Did
played.
they remake
you know,
it?
Yeah, a
Yes,
bunch
several
of times.
Xbox remade it first, though, I think, right?
I
I think there's
so.
three
Ninja Gaiden
for the
Black.
NES.
Oh,
I
okay.
think there's
Yeah.
3 of them for the NES.
Yeah.
What was the, not Double Dragon, but there was one like that. That was a side scroller It was similar, but it had some weird name. I can't remember what it was called though.
Oh, that's a
Side
good question.
scroller.
Yeah.
I
No, of
agree
course,
with
everybody played Contra.
B-Fig. A person
Duck
should play
Hunt.
Duck Hunt at least once. Correct.
Duck Hunt. Solomon's Key.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
never.
Tell me what Duck Hunt though, when you know, it was fun, and I played a ton of
Yeah,
it. You didn't want to shoot the stupid dog
right.
because it was funny
That
the first
that
time you missed, but after a while you're like, shut up.
that mother. I can't cuss because Sam here, but we had a different host over to cuss.
That melon farmer.
Yeah, that dog drive me up the wall. Another game that not many people talked about that I just love was Ring King.
Ring King was dope.
I don't
When
think
like
you
Ring
have the
King.
ability to knock somebody out outside the ring with the
Yeah.
uppercut. Yeah, I thought that was
Ring King
slick.
was dope.
Excite Bike.
Sight
Love-
Bike.
I still own my Excite Bike.
It's still a fun game. It's nothing
Yeah.
crazy, but it's still fun.
The paper route game. Paper route.
Oh, Paperboy.
Yeah.
Paperboy, yeah.
What was the
Paperboy.
hockey game? It might have just been called ice hockey. And
Yeah.
you played with 4 guys, and they
Yep.
could be skinny, fat, or like medium.
Yep.
And the medium guy was the best because he could check people and he was quick. The fast guy was fast, but he would constantly
Yeah.
get caught because that game was fun.
Well,
Oh!
bases.
Super
Bases.
dodgeball.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
underrated.
remember
That
Super
was a great
I
Dodgeball.
never played that.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
I borrowed that from a friend for almost the entire school year.
Nice.
He's like, "You gonna bring it back?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm almost done."
That is my 5 questions. I'll do my would you rather's later on in the show.
All right, let's spin for that first duck, Zartan. 15 seconds in the comment section. 15 seconds in the comment section. Put it in there. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Round and round it goes. Joseph Michaels.
Hey.
Right on.
You're in there. Okay. Second hashtag of the night is JoJo.
Nice.
Banner at the bottom. All right. Now it's green shirt guys.
Or do you want to do covers in the middle and then do me?
Oh, want to do covers? Okay. I got you. All right. First covers are green shirt guys.
Ah,
So
I remember reading this issue because I didn't buy a ton of comics at the time, but a friend of mine collected G.I. Joe, and I remember seeing this cover, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta read this issue." And they don't get it mad, right?
it's
Spoiler
like,
alert,
yeah,
it was kind of a, it was
they're unmasked to each other. Let's put it
sort
that
of,
way.
yeah,
Yeah, but not to the audience.
right.
Like-
You don't,
Yeah.
So I always wanted this cover for this book just because I wanted the cover, and I now own it. It's somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but I now own it. I got it off of eBay for a decent price. It's not like a 9.8, but it's a reader copy. I'm happy I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great book.
Yeah. This cover kind of shocked me because I always thought Destro was black.
Oh yeah. Well, by
But
his
that's
voice.
his skin right there, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, but as a kid, I don't even pay attention to his voice.
My
Well-
beloved
Yeah.
Cobra Commander.
Well, that's the thing too, right? So in reading the comics that are out now, I still read it with the cartoon voices.
Yeah,
You know,
you have to.
my Cobra Commander and
Yeah.
Destro! I still read it like that. It's so silly, but
My beloved Baroness.
yeah, that's right.
Anyways, let's see. The next one is G.I. Joe Special Missions number 2. That's a
This
Mike
one-
Beck cover.
So got my boy on the cover, right? That Roadblock. Where is it? Mine's over here. Right?
Nice.
I had this book. I read it over and over and over to the point where it was basically falling apart. And then I moved out of my parents' house and it disappeared. I'm sure they probably just chucked it. But I, again, went back and I didn't have all of the special missions. I have them all now. So maybe this summer when I have some time, I'll sit down and reread them all. But yeah, I still remember this issue. Great issue, and it's got that cover so iconic for me just because of what it is.
This was in the 80s, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
His next cover is a recent one. This is a Bermejo.
And we're doing I'm drawing Cobra Commander today.
Yeah.
I've always, I don't mind the metal face. I've always liked the Zemo mask, the Zemo style mask. So that's how I'm drawing him today. But this cover is amazing. And I love the fact that it's not just him reaching at the screen. You're also getting, that's Duke, right? Duke falling away. So it's like, oh, you can see what, I think it's a great cover.
Excellent.
I don't think I have it though. Because I don't think there's any left at the shop the last time I got there.
I got it.
I know you do. You probably have like 6 of them.
I did buy like 10 of them with the first issue, like 10 different covers.
I'm aware.
Now we're going to see
Half surprised
Bizzle's
they were all there
covers.
for you, to be honest with you.
And C-Bizzle's covers go Cobra World Order.
I just like that cover. Similar to what Green Sugar, I like when they do the reflection off of Cobra Commander's mask. And you have 2 of his second in command with Destro and the Baroness. I just really like that cover a lot.
Second cover.
That was a great story too. I went away from collecting G.I. Joe for a while, but I came back for that arc. That was a great
Yeah.
This is pretty good. This is also IDW.
Yeah.
This isn't a particular issue. This is like the trade. But
Yes.
this was a cover though.
Yes. I like it because, like I said, I don't have a lot of floppies of G.I. Joe, so I had to get the trade, and I really like this cover because you have Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow split, and technically Green Sugar can't get mad because you can't really see Snake Eyes' total face to see if they actually matched up correctly.
It's
So
I'll give you that.
that's another reason why I picked this. I said, "Oh, this is perfect." Green Sugar. There's no Green Sugar moment on this one.
What's wild though is why does he have the Cobra thing on his forehead?
Because I have to read it
Oh.
again because I think
I think he was over there for a little bit.
like undercover.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
and his last cover is a recent one.
Yes,
Joe
I had a
Cobra.
theme. Since I'm doing the Cobra side, doing the Cobra drawing. So I
So am I.
decided
I
to
thought you were doing G.I. Joe.
do. You said because I thought you were gonna do Roadblock. That's why I thought you did.
No,
G.I.
I said
Joe.
Roadblock's my favorite, and I should do it.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that's
do
probably
that.
good.
No, you're
It's
right.
all good. We can save it for another show down the line, like Veterans Day or something like that.
There you go.
But yeah, I really like this cover. I have this one and I have the G.I. Joe one. And also in the Energon universe, I have the Autobots and Decepticons. So I just like the way they did it. So I just bought this as well to keep up with the theme.
Yeah. Those are
And
their
that's the only issue.
colors.
And that's the only issues I have. I only have G.I. Joe issue 1s.
Oh
I go
man, you are
beyond
missing
that.
out some goodness.
Really?
Man. You're missing
Yes,
out
because
some goodness.
I'm collecting too many universes within the universes.
Yeah, but this is the one. If you're gonna collect the universe,
It's Energon universe.
Look, I
they're
got
pretty much all
Transformers and Void Rival.
yeah. So I mean, here's the thing. Some of the books within this universe are better than others, but none of them are bad.
Facts.
All right, so it's time for Green Sugar guys' questions.
Oh,
I
no.
get my-
And let me put, I think C-Bizzle there.
Oh no.
There you go.
All right, let's see here. Let me
Oh, you making me big?
finish that line.
How are
All
you?
right.
Big.
Hey yo.
Because we didn't do the hashtag, free Diddy.
Nah. I mean, I don't want to judge people, but Diddy needs to go under the jail, bro. Like, he done did too much, man.
It's
I'm staying
funny
away
'cause
from it.
the guys I work with, it's almost like a 50-50 split. So like some are like, I don't think you did it, and some are like making excuses like, look, here's the thing. I don't know enough about it other than what's being reported, obviously, but I do know that the U.S. government will not bring a case unless it's a slam dunk.
Oh,
They don't
facts.
like that. They don't like egg on their face. So unless they got you dead to rights, they're gonna wait to prosecute you.
Facts. My number one opinion is none of these people put money in my pocket, so I don't care about them.
What was that? Well, that's like when the whole Tiger Woods thing was going on. Remember when his wife attacked him because he was
Yeah.
cheating, and they got all up in arms and look, oh, that's horrible, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, look, guys. Somebody asked me, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I root for Tiger Woods because I think he's fun to watch as a golfer. But as far as his personal life, none of my business. Unless he's
Right.
cheating with my wife, why do I care? None of my business whatsoever.
Facts on top of facts.
So yeah. All right.
All right. Let me get ready for your questions.
So I only have 5 ink and erases this week. And then I have a
Okay.
couple would you rathers.
Okay.
Okay.
And I
first
do
one.
I'll do my would you rather's after you do yours.
Okay. Well, I can do, or we can do them back to whatever you want to do it.
Yeah.
Ink and erase it. Nature walk.
Nature walks.
Nature walks.
Oh, we're going to ink that. I love. It helps me think.
Right on.
Like I always wanted to create my own comic book universe, and what helped me out a lot, creating a lot of characters, just walking. It just
That's
helps
fair.
me think better.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah.
we can ink that.
I love nature walks.
Yes.
I didn't when I was younger, and now I'm getting back into them. So now it's my thing. I'm not doing it right now because it's been kind of cold out, but I'd rather do it.
Mine's the opposite because it's been kind of hot.
I haven't done Mount Beacon yet. I'm gonna do that with Kamaria this summer.
What is
Stop.
Mount Beacon?
Hyde Park has, I think it's 11. Some of them are longer than others, but they have this one that's called the End to End, and it's like 4 of them that if you do it, they actually
I love nature walks.
and it's like about 10 miles. My plan is to kind of work up and just do that one sometime by the end of the summer.
Gotcha.
Mount Beacon is just a big. Beacon's like across the river from me, and just a big mountain. That's all.
Gotcha.
There's a cool view from the top that I've never seen, but I've seen in pictures.
Right on.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to do the goat trail over by West Point?
No, I don't think I've done that. Have you done is it Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt one, that one's nice.
Yeah,
It's not-
Vanderbilt.
and there's a way to do it where you actually start off the grounds by the train station. You walk, it's like half a
Mhm.
mile to the grounds, and then you end up almost doing the entire thing. I've done that one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you go on the back side of it. It's awesome.
And have you done Locust Grove?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Locust Grove is going on Route 9, past
Okay.
a little bit past where Toys R Us used to be, on your left.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right on.
there's good stuff there too.
All right. Wait for your next question.
Okay,
on.
hold on. Let me just want to ink this one thing before I
You're not going to
screw up
erase
and
it.
then can't do it. Flaming hot anything. You know, there's like this whole trend of flaming hot.
Throw it
Erase
in the garbage.
Erase it.
Yeah.
Erase it. I don't like them. I
No,
don't.
sir, I don't like it.
Not even the Cheetos.
I love spicy stuff. I love spicy foods, but for some reason, hot Cheetos, no.
You know, like flaming
Hard.
hot macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that is taking it too far. It's like I know a couple restaurants they be having like this pizza and they put hot crumble hot Cheetos on it. And
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
no. No, we're not
Why
doing
would
that
you
here.
need to do that ever?
Yeah, I don't do that. No.
Jeez,
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I like spicy stuff too, but yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
I don't like super spicy food. Like I can't enjoy my food spicy food. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yes.
always like,
Agreed.
I
I
can't
want-
do that.
I want spicy for flavor, not spicy in temperature.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Well, I like spicy in temperature, but I like it to have flavor at the same time.
Yeah.
So there was, I don't know if he still makes it, but Cheech Marin used to have his own hot sauce. It was like Cheech Marin something or other. And long story short, I was at a bar at one point for something or other. I think it might have been after softball years ago. And it was on the wall. I was like, well, yoink, that's mine. And then I would use it here and there after that on stuff. It was amazing. It tasted really good and it was hot.
So let's first get this to some clarification. You purchased the item, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I figured discount.
Jeez.
Sure I did. My misspent youth. If that makes you sleep better tonight, I sure did.
Because I just heard the word yoink.
Oh, it was
Yoink.
it was on the wall. So like they had hot sauce, vinegar, mayonnaise,
Yeah.
ketchup, whatever, on this little thing. It's like in a booth. We're sitting in a booth. And I was like, oh, that's
For you
Yeah.
kids out there, youngins, yoink just means green shirt guy was happy.
I
That's-
was. I was very happy for
Yoink.
weeks on end afterward too.
Yoink? Are we going to start a new trend now with the word yoink?
I was gonna start using my.
The
phrases on-
kids put me onto a new term for somebody who looks good. They're giving pain.
What?
I
How does that make sense?
don't know, but it's like pain. And I was like, oh yeah,
Well, they
so
look-
you
that
could be
person
like, yeah, I'll be hurting them out there. And they were like, no, Mr. Ola. I was like, but it goes perfect with it. What's
It
going on
does.
here?
That doesn't make any. I just don't understand. Whatever.
You mean you look so good that it hurts? It hurts the other person's eyes that you look so
I
good?
mean,
Pain.
I guess.
Pain.
it seems a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. Y'all youngins. I don't know what to say about y'all.
Listen, I'm sure
I s-
when we were making up our terms, they were like, what?
Well, yeah, I saw a meme the other day though. They're like, this generation's going to change the world. The problem is when the history's written, it's going to be misspelled and mostly memes or mostly emojis.
True.
I was like, yeah, that's about
Hieroglyphics.
right.
That's what it's gonna be called, hieroglyphics.
Yeah, right. All right, number 3. Team up books.
Team up books.
Like Marvel team up.
Throw it away. I'd just rather see the team up in a regular book.
I would too, but we have gotten some first appearances. One of my favorite is Black Goliath. His first appearance was in a Marvel team up book. But I understand. I'd rather have it in the main titles as well.
Yeah.
Because to me, wouldn't that make it the longevity, like get higher numbers of your main comic book?
You think?
Right.
Like the thing 2-in-1 would put that in with Fantastic Four. They would have been close to 1,000 issues by now.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though.
No,
Yeah.
I agree though. I mean, like if it's such a great idea, why don't you just do it in the regular book? Why do you have to do it outside of it?
Yeah.
And then you have to explain. And then you have to explain in the regular book how they know each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, just read Marvel Team Up issue number
Right.
35. Thanks,
Or
Bob.
not. Okay.
I'm just trying.
Oh wait, Brian. What we got? I got a couple comments here. Mark Harkness says there's a great untold story hinted at in the opening of the G.I. Joe movie. Grunt is shown running into battle, and later we see Steeler in the lookout tower. Okay. Brian Free World also says Spider-Man Invincible.
Yeah,
It's a Marvel team up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't need it.
Yeah. You say you still don't need it.
Yep. I can be the old curmudgeon. It's fine.
No, you fine.
All right. Okay. So the new trend, and so I got to explain this one a little bit. The new trend on streaming seems to be, instead of they went for what it used to be. You got the whole series at once. Then it was like, well, we're not getting anybody to stay with our platforms, so now we're dropping week at a time like regular television. It's like, well, why not? Why are we doing it that way? And now it seems the trend, at least on Disney Plus especially, is 3 episodes at a time. Ink it or erase it, 3 episodes at a time.
Ink it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ink It.
Yeah.
It still gives me enough of a taste of the direction of your show is going in, and what makes me wanting more.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
okay with
If
it
I
if it's
binge
a-
watch, if I
What's
binge
that?
watch something, if I binge watch the whole season, then I'm just sitting there like, just waiting.
Yeah, but then you find something else to watch.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
on to
but
the next one.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
What if the next thing is not as good as the last thing? You know what I mean? Then I'm
Well,
wasting my time with it.
That's
That's
life,
life.
C-Bizzle. What if the next
Right.
cheeseburger is not as good as the other cheeseburger? You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
take your chances.
Then that's why I stick with the same cheeseburger,
Aha!
the same place. Like Burger King. Burger King is the best. The Whopper is the best. I don't care what nobody
No,
says.
it's not.
You can add me. Burger King is the
Burger
best.
King got the best burgers.
I
Like, well,
disagree.
fast food burgers.
Disagree.
They're the
Fast
best
food.
fast
Okay,
food.
I give you that.
Disagree.
Best
Fast
fast
food
food burgers.
Completely disagree. For me, it's Wendy's.
No.
Oh, Wendy's ain't
And I'm
too
walking-
bad.
Burger King is further away from me. Wendy's is literally walking distance, and I'd still rather go to Burger King.
That flame broiled stuff you can miss me with. It sounds like it just tastes burnt.
It does not.
When I want veggies on my burger, I can put them on myself. I don't need all that. For me,
The
there's
veggies are
not a better
fine.
burger than the Baconator.
I mean,
It just gives you a heart attack, is what you're
that's what I
looking
was about to say. If you don't want to live as long,
Hey,
you know,
going out happy.
that is true. That is true. You'll go out happy.
But you don't have to go out.
No, I agree.
You're a guy.
Don't say go there all the time. All right, and then because of the weather is changing in the area, I know it's different for you, C-Bizzle. It's probably still it's warmer down there, but in the Northeast, it's starting to be nice, which means what happens in the summer? What happens with ladies in the summer? Ink it or erase it. Sundresses.
Oh, listen.
Oh,
Let me
ink
put my pen. Let me put my pen down real quick. Let me put my pen down real quick. Let me get a little closer to the screen. Listen,
Ladies, we are a fan of the
We
sundresses.
are.
sundresses. Not only gonna ink it, we're gonna etch it in stone.
There you go.
Yes.
Don't
We
think
are
we don't
fans.
notice, ladies.
Bizzle
We
loves
do
the
appreciate
sundress.
it.
That's what I want. Just
Right,
want to put out.
so no one likes Five Guys. Oh, Five Guys is
Oh, I
great.
like Five
If
Guys.
you want to spend $30 on a burger,
Facts.
please.
I love Five Guys. I love their burgers, but like Sam said, like it's so expensive, bro.
It
I
is.
almost had a heart attack one day.
I
Man.
like Five Guys.
It's not because of the burger.
I
Yeah.
just don't necessarily. It's as wild as this is to say because of what it is. I don't necessarily consider them fast food.
Really?
Yes.
Generally, when I'm gonna eat Five Guys, I'm going in there. I'm sitting down. It's an appointment. Like I'm going there specifically to eat. Well, obviously any place you go, but I'm going there and I know it's a time investment. Whereas Burger
Yes.
King, McDonald's, Wendy's, more often than not, I'm getting it and I'm eating in my car.
Yes. I'm in a drive-through at those other places. While it's
Right.
Five Guys, like Richard guy said, I'm sitting down eating.
Yeah, well, because I want to try different crazy sodas too.
Yeah. There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
I
But it's
will say
just
this.
so expensive, bro.
I think they might have the best French fries.
The underrated place, I would give you an underrated burger place, and that's Culver's.
Is what?
That's the one in Detroit you're talking about, right?
No, Culver's is not just in Detroit. Culver's, the first time I had Culver's was in Minnesota.
Oh,
And they
okay.
have them down here in Texas. They have their butter buns.
Oh yeah, you
Uh,
sold me there.
Yeah. So
We got Shake Shack over here is pretty good.
Shake Shack is pretty great too.
yeah, Shake Shack is pretty
Anytime-
decent. Yeah.
I've been in New York City. I go to Shake Shack in Grand Central on the way back because I always take the train. And then
Yeah.
every year when I go to Baltimore Comic Con, Shake Shack's one of my dinners. Because I'm there for 3 nights. That's one of my dinners
Mhm.
every year.
Nice.
They make because it's the bun. Like the burger's okay. There's
Yeah.
something about those brioche buns that they do are yeah. I'll tell you one thing about Shake Shack, which is probably a hidden gem, is their chicken bites, their chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the main thing I get at Wendy's is they spicy chicken nuggets.
The chicken
Right?
nuggets at Wendy's are pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. And always gotta get a frosty. Always.
And well,
And
now
I
they-
get-
different flavors all the time now.
Right? Like I think they had peppermint one time.
Well, that was
And it's
around
strawberry?
Christmas. They got, the ones now are it's the frosty mixed with something. So like it's caramel, hot fudge. I
Oh.
think the other one might be strawberry.
When I
Yeah.
used to go to McDonald's, I used to love their Shamrock Shakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I make sure I get one every year because it's during my birthday month. So I get one every year, and then I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I can see why I don't get it. Wouldn't get it all the time. I get one and like, yeah, I had my fill. It's kind of like when they bring back the McRib and like, oh yeah, and then I eat them like, yeah, it's okay.
B Fig says hands down Chick-fil-A is the best chicken for fast food.
I've never had Chick-fil-A.
It's okay. It's not. It's. I know why. I can see why people like it. It's not for me. I don't like pickles on my chicken.
You don't like what?
I don't like pickles with my chicken. I don't understand. That.
You're a man of culture because I'm the same way. I do not like it at all.
Um,
You got your next ink and erase it ready?
Oh, that was the last one. I only have
Okay.
5.
Okay. So then we'll do. What we do next?
this thing always does this.
Whoa. Oh, there he is.
It's because one of the cameras popped out. It switches and changes things.
Right on.
Um,
Yeah, I'll do a little check in with everybody since my other one's not open.
Let me check this out.
Should I add that? Oh, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, that's gonna take too long. Yeah.
All right, what's next we gotta do?
Well, we could do one of the drawings, right? Because we only did 2 hashtags.
Yeah, we can do the second one. Yo, Joe. We got 15 seconds to put it in the comment section. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Joseph
Hey.
Michaels again.
There you go. It was L. Ron Hubbard yesterday. Now it's Joseph Michaels today.
Right on.
What do you guys want the next hashtag to be?
We let you choose. You're a host.
Final hashtag?
Yeah, we let you choose.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
gonna let you do something.
Hashtag a great G.I. Joe movie, please.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Copy. Put it in the banner.
We got a question from B Fig. You guys ever have artists as guest speakers?
We will eventually. You know, these first we're only around episode 9. Want to make sure Green Shirt Guy and C-Bizzle are solidified in there, and then as we go on in the future, there will definitely be artists.
Yeah, we want y'all to get used to us.
Right.
We want we will have guest artists here, but we want y'all to know us more, because it's our show. To put it bluntly.
Yeah. All right. What do we do next? You guys pretty much did everything.
We could do the Would You Rathers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can finish out with that, right?
Yeah, I got mine ready.
All right.
All right. This is going to be Would You Rather G.I. Joe edition. Okay. Would you rather be trained by Snake Eyes or by Sergeant Slaughter?
Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes. All day, every day. Snake Eyes is the greatest of them all.
Grisha got such a
Sergeant
hard.
Slaughter.
Yeah, I still think I'm gonna go Snake Eyes. I was thinking about Sergeant Slaughter for a little bit.
The Rashikagi.
Okay. Now this is a simple one as well. Would you rather join the G.I. Joe team or Cobra Command?
I'd have to be on the Joe
See,
team.
you're stealing one of my questions, but I'm still gonna use mine.
I'm sorry.
You always do this to me when you go first.
I do.
I have to go with the Joes, man.
Yeah, you gotta be a good guy, right?
Would you rather be stuck on a mission with Shipwreck or Bazooka?
Shipwreck.
Shipwreck. At least he's
I
a
knew my
Boricua, you know what I mean?
Boy, he's gonna keep me laughing at least.
True.
He's always saying something that's probably out of pocket. But...
Yeah, blind me, He doesn't really sound too Puerto
Plus
Rican.
that parrot, we can eat the parrot if we're really screwed.
Wow. Wow. Hey, yo.
Ollie.
You know I'm not wrong.
Would you rather wear Duke uniform for a week or dress like Zartan in public?
Just once, just like Zartan?
Just once.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just like Zartan once instead of wearing Duke for a week.
Well, Duke's uniform just kind of It's just
That's what I'm saying. You be in a military uniform for a week, or cosplay as Zartan.
yeah, I go Duke. I can wear.
Yeah.
I wear camo occasionally as it is. So like whatever. I
Now,
don't
this
need to
was
be
some-
painting my eyes and wearing nonsense.
Hey, it's just for one day
Plus,
though.
that metal's gonna be heavy, right?
Yeah, his metal shoulder pads. Yeah. And he's wearing a crop top.
Right. Nobody wants to
Crop
see that.
Drop top.
This was my last one. Is a similar question to the second question, but would you rather command the G.I. Joe team or be second in command for Cobra Command?
Why are you gonna take all my questions?
Second command to Cobra Commander? No, good God, no.
Why not?
It'd be like that scene in G.I. Joe the movie when it was like, allow them to speak for me, and he's like, defend them if you can. And they all came up, and it's like, when Destro was like, well, to be honest, Cobra Commander is a world-class buffoon. And then they keep going. You suffered, it wasn't Baroness, you suffered defeat again and again and again.
There you go. There you go. That will work.
Yeah, but if you're second in command, maybe you can convince him to do things a different way.
No, because
That's
Cobra
what-
Commander is a sneaky little rat, and he'll get you out of there if you know.
Yeah, but he's not always paying attention, so I might be able to do stuff behind his back.
True.
I'm
Because
gonna go
Destro get away
second
with a lot of
command.
stuff. Yeah,
I'm going
because
second
Deathstroke,
with Cobra.
yeah, Deathstroke get away with a lot of stuff. Him
No,
and
it sure
Baroness.
does. Especially since he, you know, as much as his Cobra Commander acts like he's autonomous, he couldn't do a lot of stuff he wants to do if it weren't for Destro.
True.
Yeah.
That is all my would you rather's. You're up, Green Shirt Guy.
All right, so on some of these might be repetitive, so I'm going to go with that one right away. Would you rather be a grunt in the Joe army, so like your base level, you follow orders, that's all you do, or a lieutenant like in a command position in Cobra?
You know what? I'd rather be a grunt. I'd rather be a grunt.
I'll be a grunt.
Only
too.
because the lieutenants, like, they get their butts handed to more than, you know, Destro and the Baroness. So a lieutenant is like below them, right?
Oh
Like
yeah, but
one or two below them. Like you be
Yeah.
working, you be like working for Mindbender. So
I mean,
No,
but
I'm
you're still
going.
getting to make decisions on some level.
Yeah, but I think I would get a better pension being a grunt for the Joes.
Pension? You think you get a pension?
I could retire as a Joe. I can't retire as a.
Pretty risky
Uh,
being a Cobra guy.
yeah.
Pretty risky.
That's one of the things that always cracked me up. I still love that cartoon. Don't get me wrong. It was only on for 3 years, but there's like a billion episodes. Is the shooting lasers? Whatever, we're fine with that. But anytime something exploded, you'd always see somebody parachute out right at the last second.
Yeah.
Couldn't kill. We're not killing anybody. We're just shooting
Well,
at them
yeah,
over
I
and
saw a
over.
thing on it. They did that on purpose.
I know. I'm just saying, it always made me laugh.
They wanted to
Yeah.
desensitize kids to war.
Yeah, you gotta protect the kids.
All right. Would you rather spend alone your birthday or Christmas?
Would you rather spend
Let's
alone
spend
on
my
my birthday
birthday.
on Christmas?
I'd rather be alone.
One,
for my
one, you have
birthday.
to spend one alone. Would you rather be alone on Christmas or on your birthday?
My birthday.
It'll be my birthday because I look at Christmas now as for my son. So I'd rather be with my son while he open up his gifts. So it's definitely gonna be my birthday.
I'd also go birthday. I've actually spent my birthday alone, and I can give you guys the story after I take too long to explain.
Oh, I've
Christmas
had
for me is
several.
always a family holiday anyway.
Yeah.
I love the whole tree, the food, getting together, the whole thing. Like gifts, I'm not going to say I don't enjoy the gifts because I do, but
Yeah.
I love the whole season. So for me, I'm always going to pick Christmas.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick birthday hands down. I can always
Go ahead.
everybody could just mail me my gifts on my birthday, and I can just do it, spend it by myself.
There's just something about Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially
Okay,
Christmas dinner.
No, you're not wrong. Which is to me, in many cases, is a redo of Thanksgiving, but I'm okay with that.
Yes, I don't mind that though.
That's what I'm saying. I sometimes even during the year we make, Christmas, Thanksgiving, like a smaller version just during the week. I'm like, yep, I'm in for it. We're doing
Yep.
chicken instead of turkey. Okay, I still get mashed
Okay.
potatoes and cranberry sauce and everything. Yeah, okay,
Give me some baked macaroni and cheese. I'm in.
right. Okay, last one. Would you rather
Uh oh.
be trapped in an airplane bathroom with your worst enemy, or would you rather be chained and have to do hard labor on a chain gang with your wife or fiance?
I can do it. I'll do it with my wife or fiance. Worst enemy is. Ugh.
I'm talking
Creepy,
chain gang.
man.
You're in the hot sun. You're with like 2 feet from each other. You can't go anywhere. It's awful.
Yeah.
For
How
how
long? How long?
Yeah.
How long is the plane ride?
I mean, I don't know. Long enough.
Long enough. I would cheat and say my worst enemy is myself, so I just be by myself.
No, that's cheating. You can't do that.
But I still pick the airplane bathroom.
Okay.
I'm not going to subject my loved ones to something like that. I'd rather
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
I'll be the one that will deal with it with my worst enemy.
I just know myself that I'm not fun to be around when I'm at work.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't need to fight with you at work too, quote unquote.
Yeah. Like what I told y'all when I was at Texas Frightmare, I was sitting outside watching cars with my son for like 2-3 hours at a time in 100-degree weather.
Ugh.
And we were just sitting, and my body's still trying to recover from it, even to today. So I don't want to wish that doing actual physical labor with, and I know my fiance, she's small, under 5 foot, barely 120 pounds. I would not want her to do manual labor, and I'm just looking at her in pain, and it's all because of me.
Now, if I make it your mother-in-law, because that was going to be the other choice, would you rather
No.
be a chain gang with your mother-in-law?
I'd still rather
in
be.
the bathroom with your mother-in-law.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I can't answer that one. I'm actually cool with my mother-in-law, and I still wouldn't want her to do that physical pain. You have to seriously be a person I do not like to be on the chain gang with me.
Fair.
Because now, if it was my worst enemy on that chain gang, we would be outside working. If I'm going through it, they're going through it
That's the easy
too.
choice. You gotta make it.
That is the super easy choice because we both gonna be doing that.
All right. Anything else?
That's the last one.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give some announcements before we get out of here. New episode of New Comic Book Day is up, episode 144. Make sure you check that out. The Infestation skit is up there, remix. So go check that out. On Saturday, we'll be doing Comics and Coffee with Cliff. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Make sure you tune in for that. Have a whole bunch of fun with Clifford. On Sunday, we're doing Training Day, episode 140 of Film and Box Office News with Denzel Washington. That's Phil's trilogy. Then on Mondays, New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, 144 with the G.I. Joe Cliff cover.
What did we say? What was it? How was he holding the gun? I forgot.
Like he was like spicy a little bit. You know what I
Spicy.
mean?
We call him Zesty.
Zesty.
Zesty. That's it.
And then join us next Wednesday at 8 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific for Council of Comics Live, episode number 6. And then I got the other one here. Hold on. Where is
We're holding.
Episode 10. Fill in the blanks. Will be hosted by Brian LCS on June 12th.
What'd you say? What?
So make sure you tune in. They're going to be doing The Doctor. So that's going to be fun. So make sure you tune in for
I've already got some themed questions for the evening.
Very nice.
I was driving somewhere. I was like, oh, let me speak this into my phone. Let me speak this into my phone.
All right. You guys want to show what you got?
Oh, I'm not even.
Yeah,
Let me
show you what I have.
hold on. Let me make. I gotta make
big.
Green Shirt Guy big again.
Yeah.
This camera thing. I can put you all side to side.
One of these weeks, I'm gonna finish what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
All right. There you go. Ooh. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then C-Bizzle.
I have.
Oh wait, show it to the other camera because it's bigger.
Oh God, you can just maybe
Let's
big.
flip it. There you go.
Right on.
Yeah.
Zapan. Now what I'm gonna do back up here, above his head, I'm gonna do the dreadlocks logo.
Oh, right on.
So up here is gonna be the dreadlocks logo.
Okay. Wait. Let's spin for that last duck. Get them out of here. It's a great G.I. Joe movie, please. Put that in the comments section.
I'm glad you
Now,
put
did
live
you
action
like-
movie.
What's his name? As Cobra Commander in those movies? I thought he was good.
He was alright. Yeah. He wasn't in the second one, though. It was a different guy in the second one.
Oh, was it?
Mm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I thought in the second.
He was in the first one. He
Oh,
was,
was
in
he?
the
I
first,
thought he
he
was
was the
second.
first one, yeah. He wasn't in the second one. All right. 15 seconds on the clock. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And draw. Round and round it goes.
Is he going 3P or no?
Garfwong! You're in there, Garfwong. I didn't show you guys my snake eyes.
Yeah, you didn't show yours.
My
You're
doodlies.
pressuring us to
I
show
call
our
them my doodlies.
Your doodly.
Yeah.
Your last doodly was good.
Yeah. And my snake eyes.
Right on.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
My
I don't
doodles.
like the knives, but I know you like that version.
Yeah, I love those knives.
Yeah,
I love those.
I like
knives.
it plain without the knives.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you on Saturday morning with Cliff, and then on Sunday for Film and Box Office News. So, for myself, for C-Bizzle, for Green Shirt Guy, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
It's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?